Hey, welcome to day 37 of the 40 Gameful Days of Summer. So this past weekend, I was realizing that it's almost football season here in the U.S. The NFL preseason's going on right now, and also a lot of people are going back to school. So sports were I was thinking about a little bit, and teams and team spirit and all that sorts of stuff. And we put lots of energy and effort into rooting for our teams, whatever sport it is you happen to like, or in schools everybody you want your team's colors, and you wear shirts and things with logos on it and whatever. And so we like being part of teams. We like rooting for teams. We like being on teams, and that got me to thinking a little bit about how we miss some opportunities when we have teams or groups in some of our learning activities. So this would be true whether it was in person or online learning. But I was thinking about, do you take the opportunity to let the teams come up with names, for example? Do they pick colors? Do they pick a mascot or have some logo that represents them, or in this way letting them express some creativity, helping them to bond together around this name or this identity, so that they're not just oh, we're a group. Like, they have an identity that they can they have sort of a common language at that point, and it's a nice way to get them to work together, to talk together, and to get to know each other a little bit. So I was thinking a lot about that. I was also thinking about, in terms of teams, do you always impose all of the rules? So we talk about games always have rules, or like software with terms of service. If people are going to work together collaborative in a group experience, especially over a period of time, there have to be some ground rules. And do you lay those down, or do you let them sort of come up with their own game, with their own rules, how the group is going to work together, how they're going to function, what the, one of the problems with group activities is often people feel that maybe, somebody's not participating as much. Are you going to let them? I've seen it work very effectively, letting them come up with their own ground rules, how they're going to meet, how often they're going to meet, what their expectations of one another are. And so by letting them come up with those ideas, or cooperatively with you, perhaps giving them suggestions or a basic framework, letting them take some control and take some ownership of that can be very empowering and engaging to people, and get them to have a lot more buy-in to the process. So again, just breaking people into teams is a good idea, but how can you take it just one step further? And also considering teams, I did a workshop recently, and I was quite surprised actually when someone came up to me afterwards, and she said, I'd never considered using teams in the context that she was teaching, which was, it was a computer training, and she was teaching them software skills. And she said, I'm so used to everybody sits in their seat and we teach them, they each have a computer, and we teach them where to point and click, and we have them do activities. But she said, I never thought about, putting three of them around one computer and having them work together as a team. So that's sort of our thought for today, is how can you use teams in a new and different way? How can you let teams go a little bit further than they've gone before? So I would love to hear, what your experiences are with teams. Are you using them, not using them, love them, hate them, whatever? Let me know in the comments, or send me a message, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye now.